refrain to say his name, Israel Odinga. In fact, somebody just sent me a message here that it is evident that Barack does not support Raila's bid for presidency. But anyway, so he even desisted from mentioning Raila's name.
What is my one vote? What is my one vote if that person...
But anyway, that's, I think to say that they're off the hook is premature. And I think that's the message we need to say it. And I can tell you, for the avoidance of doubt, no one wishes anybody ill. No one wants anyone to be jailed or to suffer certain consequences. I personally have been an advocate in the human rights cadre. But the argument has been we must fight impunity. And to fight impunity, we must give credence to systems that have been put in place either locally or internationally, that then ensure that this country serves as certain systems, mechanisms come into place to serve as a deterrence to violence. I can tell you, whether we like it or not, everybody who was thinking about anything post 2013 was thinking about the ICC.
What about 17? What about 17?
And 2017, the consequence, if the consequence or the possibility of ICC is not replayed, or even international or internal mechanisms, then nobody will see the fear of not mental violence against another community or your neighbor. So for us, it has nothing to do about ill will. But the court, in its own pronouncements, talked about witness interference, talked about obstruction of justice. It talked about a litany of things that made the Kenyan cases impossible and impractical to proceed. The Kenyan cases are dormant. They have not been vacated in its entirety. So I think what is happening when the president, Kenyatta, proclaims that we are not going back there, he is actually referring to the three guys, the three Kenyans wanted. That is Bensouda's last final link to the ICC cases. If he can take them to the forum of the ICC, if she can take them to the forum of the ICC, and is able to find through either through the chambers that there was actual manifest witness interference, for that matter obstruction of justice, then Bensouda can bring other applications seeking to bring back these cases to life, and even if necessary extract summons to summon these witnesses, because now it has been manifest that these witnesses withdrew or recanted their evidence on account of intimidation, fraud, or other incentives that were intended to defeat justice.
To that, in fact, this does not just pertain to the cases that relate to Deputy President William Ruto and Joshua Sang, that indeed even the case that was brought up against President Kenyatta itself could find itself back before the ICC.
Tell me something. Your party leader, the court main principal, former Prime Minister, was one of the first to congratulate the Deputy President and Joshua Sang. One of the first to congratulate.
There's no contradiction whatsoever. When
he went to France, he said something else.
No, he was in a course of an interview, and he was asked in a context, what do you think this means for Kenya? He said, or for Africa. He says this means that Africa has taken a step back in terms of the fight against impunity. He says there was, through the court's own averment, that they did declare that the court was intimidated, that the court, there was witness interference, which means obstruction of justice.
So why that congratulate the Deputy President then?
Because he crossed the first hurdle, and he said very clearly, manifestly, that they congratulate him on account of the fact that now it proves that probably ODM was not part of this litany, what is it called? This it's called in crimes against humanity, where you had a plan for the extermination, a network exactly, to cause harm to another community. So, but on the overall, also the cases were bogged by their own challenges. So there is nothing that stops us from demonstrating or articulating the challenges that this case has met. We know that people were running up and down the African Union. They were trying to cause the African Union to withdraw en masse from the court systems, the ICC system. So I think one cannot lose sight of the fact that if African leaders are encouraged that they can circumvent international justice, that they can put political pressure to ensure immunity prevails, then we have a very dire situation, because the African leaders, most of them, are in the businesses of plucking toenails from their political opponents,
but it looked like,
and other excesses in excess of.
But it looked like he was talking from two sides.